Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to some more Let's Play the Dark mod. In the last episode, Corbin had a score to settle. Arriving at a city he had left in the past, being a little more successful at thieving based on a new job and the Tears of St. Lucia, he decided to put his skills to a better use than robbing a church, and embarrassed the leader of a rather nasty guild in the city, dumping him down a privy into the poop chute, in a pile of it at the very bottom of it, since that guild leader was doing that to people he disliked. We also killed someone, a human, with Corbin the last time, putting an arrow right in the guy's face as we were trying to leave. I'm playing Corbin a bit on the more brutal side, as it were. Perhaps he's a bit of a psychopath, since we're leaving money for the poor. But I think I like the idea of actually killing a person with this thief/murderer now. And in case we're victorious, we got caught at the very end trying to run, but we didn't die. Well, we did reload once, but other than that, though, we didn't die. So that was pretty good. And now, it's time to continue Corbin's adventure by playing through the Chronicles of Skulduggery 1, Pearls and Swine. One more time, in case you guys are confused or curious, the Dark Mod is not any particular set of missions played in any order. I just so happened to play these missions in a particular order when I played through the Dark Mod about 2 years ago, and it made sense for the order I played through based on some of the newspapers I was reading, which seemed to cover the events that had just transpired whenever I had indeed read them. This was a complete coincidence and or accident. So, but I really liked how it panned out, and so we're going to try to do the same thing going forward. Alright, so let's go ahead and start this by reading the notes for Pearls and Swine. So I think I have to go find it down here, or up here. The Chronicles of Skulduggery series is comprised of missions that are dense with backstory and exploration opportunities. The player is rewarded for their patience and wanderlust. Thanks to Spring Heel for making the module set that comprises most interior and exterior walls. Additional thanks to my beta testers, Amadeus, Cambridge Spy, Biker Dude, Peter Spy, Ops Tort, and Spooks. Alright. And with that said, let's go ahead now and start Pearls and Swine. Making a living in Brooksdale isn't easy. Between the swindlers, racketeers, and two-bit thugs, there's not much coin to be had for an honest thief. Luckily, I'm going on something of an excursion tonight. A reliable fence set me up with a well-paying job for an anonymous benefactor who wants me to liberate some trinket he has laid claim to. The item in question is a pearl amulet, which is supposedly shrouded in mystery. It was recently acquired by one Cordelia Harrington in the neighboring borough, Clifton Grove. Since being widowed a few years ago, Lady Harrington has made a name for herself, throwing lavish events entertaining the highborn elite of Bridgeport. A city wall with a hefty wooden gate makes sure the Brooksdale filth doesn't spill over to Clifton at night, but luckily some local entrepreneurs have found another way in. For a small fee, a broken sewer pipe will take me to a tavern called the Smiling Boar, which is a favored watering hole for local individuals of ill repute, where I'm sure I'll blend in. From there, I will need to navigate the streets to the south and find Manor Harrington. The night shift in Clifton is well armed, organized, and notorious for stabbing first and asking questions later, so I'll need to be careful. Word has it that Madame Harrington is something of a collector of interesting and valuable items, so the place will no doubt be guarded. But I'm not going to let that stop me from grabbing a few keepsakes. I have my target, a rough map of the area, and my wits. It's time to head out. Alright, as usual, we'll be sticking to the center difficulty. Break into Madame Harrington's and get what you were hired for, the Amulet of Dreams. Why not take in the sights while you're in Clifton, and collect souvenirs worth 1,500 gold? Only sloppy burglars kill people on the job. Don't kill anyone. So for our purposes, we'll say that... oh crap, what's his name? I can't remember our thief's name. It just left my head. Carbon? Caravan? Why can't I remember? Well, in any case, we'll say that he's unsure of what he feels, having now killed someone, and isn't going to kill anyone on this mission, as he tries to wrestle with his thoughts and why he possibly did it. We did it because, first off, I had been talking about wanting to do so in that mission. Because in the Chronicles of Skulduggery 3, to my recollection, we have to kill someone in that mission to complete a task. And because I was unable to get away from the person as he was walking up, since I had been a bit too exposed, he was a little too close, and I would be totally seen in the light by that gentleman. So it was far faster to draw an arrow and kill him than it would have been to try to get away. Once you are done for the evening, return to the cellar in Brooksdale. We have 75 gold to start. What are we starting with here? We have 1 water arrow, 16 broadhead arrows. Not that we can use them to kill anyone, though. You can use them to make a little bit of noise, though it's not as effective in this game as it was in other Thief games. The standard stuff, compass, blackjack, hooded lantern, spyglass, or a sword. We have a single flash bomb with us as well. Okay, so for gear, why not start with at least 1 moss arrow? We'll take 4 water arrows. This means that we don't get any health potions. I do wish health potions were a lot cheaper than 50 gold. That's really expensive to make up for falling a little bit of a little distance, but I can't. Well, this is what it is. Let's take a noisemaker, maybe 2 noisemakers. Another moss arrow. Maybe 1 more moss arrow. Sure, 1 more moss arrow, but I'm going to sell back a noisemaker and take it one water. So we'll have a total of 6 water arrows to start, 3 moss arrows, and 1 noisemaker in addition to our starting gear. Remember our house rules, everyone, as well, that I'm only allowed to kill and or knock out 3 people total in a mission. So, let's get started. Alright, everyone. Hello. We must have just paid the fee to access what looks like a basement of some sort. And apparently the discovery was created. Someone must have heard something, or maybe a crack in the wall occurred here at some point in this place. And whoever owns this realized he could make some money providing an easier way to access, what's the name of the place? Clifton Grove. It's also not likely, which is to say that there is nothing in here, that anyone left any treasure in this room, being the type of people who would use it, probably be thoroughly searched. I'm sure that's just there for atmosphere. There's some water here, so fresh, I'm guessing, and crystal clear. Which to me would mean that water still flows through this on occasion. Maybe it's a bit of a dry spell at the moment. A privy. No toilet paper. I'm gonna assume that there's a different actual bathroom then that they use, and not this, and this is only used for transportation. Or that's the case now. Oh, Garrett's taking a break here too, I see. I think I heard her say something a bit untoward. Alright. No, our day's just beginning, good sir. Okay. Let's take a look at the map. So we just left the Smiling Boar pub. Based on the stairs I see in front of us, we left towards the north of it. There's a store on the other side of the stairs and a back alley. Okay. Apparently, they're fully occupied in the inn, or asking more money than what this gentleman has to give them. He can keep his 3 coins. Oh, that's a guard. I have a good memory of the guard patrols here. And I also seem to remember that it's going to be quite difficult to be doing any amount of sneaking past all the people here. I'd like to have grabbed that key, but we can't really take it from his belt when he's moving. Unless he walks directly past us. I didn't hear him go inside the building. Alright, well, let's start our exploring a little bit. One man's trash is our treasure. I hear footsteps still outside.
What was that?
I'd be really close to pickpocket in dark mod. And as you can see, I was sneaking close to him while crouched, and he still heard me. Became a little suspicious. Let's open the other door as well.
Nothing now.
I always feel a little guilty robbing from the not target, as it were. Transactions. Let's see how well off this place is. List of transactions. Purchases. 50 gold. Gold candle holder. Sell for 150. Sales. 25 gold. 1 bushel of flour. Profit 10.
Bloody torches.
50 gold. Fine china vase. Profit 25. I'm not hearing the doors open. Or shut. That's going to be really awkward. $64 gold. Assort inking supplies. Profit 32. So he's selling them for twice what they're worth. Or at least what he's paid for them. Business has been going fairly slow this past week. Unfortunately, that blackguard Jacket Blade Jones is at my doorstep again, demanding his protection money. Uncultured swine. I have no choice but to comply. I can't keep having the place vandalized. Not only are repairs costly, but it scares customers away as well. At least I still have my fine gold vases in my office. They're my only works as of now. Unfortunately, as I was mentioning, since we're playing on the medium difficulty or challenging difficulty, we need 1,500 worth of loot. That means that we're going to probably need to rob from the poor to get that. I want to stay here till he re-enters this location. We can let him keep some of his supplies. The coins there, for example, he can keep those. And we'll probably let him keep one of these gold vases. So there's a small back room there. I remember, by the way, the layouts of these places, but I am trying to, well, some of them. But Corbin doesn't know them.
This is bad. God, my tummy's such a tight bloody hungry.
We're going to want to go into that office room that he's most likely entering. But I want to hear that door open that leads to the back side of this place. That will tell me that he's walking outside. That'll give us the most time to search it.
Too lazy. That's the problem. What does she expect?
The key on his belt opens the front and back door. It is unlikely that will open anything else. In fact, my memory says it does not. And since he can hear me sneak up to him and take it from his belt, I'm going to let him keep it.
Did I see something?
Wow. We'll wait here a little longer, everyone. If he walks back out here and back in the office again, we'll come back here later. I mean, not make the raid for this at the moment. He's walking down that hallway a bit, but then standing there. Maybe we can get him to go outside if we open that door. Oh, I have to use the restroom, everyone. Okay, hold on. If we had gone then to the room, we might have been able to search it briefly. Maybe we can do this after all when he comes back out there. We'll wait to hear if he opens that back door. Guys, I'm so sorry. I have to use the restroom, so I'll be right back. All right, guys. just went in there? Darn it, I can't hear his footsteps at all. One of the only complaints I have about the Dark Mod is that it's really difficult to hear footsteps, and extremely important that you be able to do so. The the AI, is able to perceive yours very well, but the reverse is not true. I heard the guard. Okay, I think we're all done with the shop. Actually, there's more here I want to explore. It's been like 20 minutes already, so we'll go ahead and give ourselves one of our quick saves. Bless you. Well, free paper. Let's go ahead and read it. Bridgeport Review. Lou Lunatic Asylum opens. The Merkway House was erected by charitable contributions and intended for the harboring poor lunatics whose distraction might probably be cured. This during such time as there appears any hopes of recovering them to their former senses. But when after Tyrrell made with the greatest application, a trial, sorry, trial? Where am I? But when after trial made with the greatest application and diligence, a cure is not found practicable, they are discharged by the hospital. This so that there may be room for the admission of others whose cure may probably be effected. Crime Lord apprehended. The notorious crime lord and rampant murderer Sykes has been apprehended after members of his own gang, the Bowley Boys, turned on him following a bizarre sequence of events that culminated in Sykes being thrown into his own privy in his residence on Harcourt Road. It is still unclear whether it was an intentional coup within the gang, or if a rival gang is behind the deed. Some rumors point to the notorious thief Corbett as the perpetrator, but it unlikely the act of a single Vigilante. I always get that word wrong. At any rate, Sykes has been condemned to hang within a fortnight. That makes me think that this series of levels is played such that we are not actually Corbin, but we're going to go with we are. I know this is here, but I forget why I know that's there. I think that's a drop-off point. Someone mentions that they'll leave money there for someone else. I think that's a bribery drop. I'll leave it there at the moment, and we'll see if we can find a note that indicates why that is there. Annabelle's diary. Dear Diary, I've taken a liking to Clifton Grove, though Mother said it was frightful. She said that living so close to Brooksdale would mean that crime would be plaguing the streets and back alleys, but the thick walls and wooden gates seem to keep the riffraff out. The little nook beneath my bedroom window does seem to attract unsavory characters after dark, though, but I feel safe here above them. I must also confess that I've also taken a liking to the dashing gentleman next door. He is so handsome. William Armstrong is his name. I met him at market last week and tried to make idle conversation, but he seemed distant and evasive. I should have known I couldn't garner interest from a man of his caliber. After all, I'm just a tanner's daughter, from Brendan. Am I cursed, dear diary? Aww. She doesn't look like she's the most well off, so I'm not going to take her ring of copper with like a garnet or something in it. When I see small scrolls like that, I assume that they are just decoration and don't have any writing on them, so I won't pick that up to read it. Poor shopkeeper. We're gonna take something else from his place. Let's let the guard leave this. Oh, maybe we can. For quick. Slip into the alley here. A business venture. We are a group of young entrepreneurs who seek to get a foothold on the Mandrosala scene in Clifton Grove. An individual named Paul is the monopoly in town today. In order to level the playing field, we need you to steal any Mandrosala he currently has and leave it next to our associate Rusty Roy, whose residence is the alleyway next to the Smiling Boar pub. Payment of 100 gold will then be deposited next to the gate of the courtyard east of Maple Court. The Chronicles of Skulduggery have quite a few optional quests that you can do. Some are just thematic, but that they don't reward you, and aren't required to complete. Others also are not required to complete, because I did mention they're optional, but will give you something as a token of compensation for completing them. Do you have a knack for finding small objects? Do you like to make money with little effort? Then you owe yourself to consider this proposition. The key I seek leads to the back entrance of Harrington Manor, and is currently in possession of one Percival Cohen, who resides in the manor. A finder's fee of 50 gold will be deposited by this billboard once the key is dropped in the shop stand of Victor's Victuals on Penrose Court. Wilhelm's Journal, 16th of May, 1631. By the Builder, I have finally returned safely to the shores of civilization again. Father has kindly acquired this tenement for me as I start the next chapter of my life. I know I shall miss the salt in the air, the simplicity of military life, and the thrill of high seas combat against pirates and other scum. But it is true that I need to find a more suitable line of work for a man of my years. All of my adventuring at sea has not allowed me to settle down and grow a family of my own. For like the steady tick of the clock in my study, so too does my own life slowly tick away. My heart does have someone in mind to fill this void, the fair maiden Annabelle next door. I had a chance to make conversation with her at the market one day, but I found myself suddenly stricken with a form of timidness. I have looked into the eyes of fearsome pirates, swords locked, but never have I felt so powerless as when I looked into Annabelle's eyes. It is a strange thing, love. How I wish to turn back the hands of time and have another chance with Annabelle, this time with the courage of a Navy officer. That objective is to swap the journals of these two. And I think we will do that. Annabelle made it sound like there's some sort of special niche below her window, but I've never been able to find it when I was searching for it earlier. I suspect either other people come here to look at her as she's sleeping, which is a bit awkward, or maybe she's referring to this drop-off here. Unfortunately for Willem, we do need a little more loot. We'll leave him with most of his treasures, though. That's good enough. Perhaps it'll give him the excuse to see Annabelle in the marketplace as he purchases some of this. Okay. When the guard there goes down the stairs, we'll follow him. Oh, maybe not. I was about to say to get back in the inn, but I believe the main inn entrance is on that side. So maybe we can just sneak past this guard. Recall from what we've learned in the past about guards and light and perception, that they can see us from very far off if it's well lit. I'm going to be taking a big risk by doing it this way. Okay, good. Bridgeport Review. Gambling den ousted. Yesterday night, several city watchers, having the Lord Mayor's warrant, apprehended the owner of the Goat and Buffer Tavern in Fleet Street for keeping a common gaming house there. They were also to take the gamesters resorting to it, but being conscious of their guilt, they made their escape through a gentleman's chambers in Clifford's Inn. However, upon diligent searching, they were taken into custody, carried before the Lord Mayor, and dealt with according to law. Oh, that's the rat fighting location that we had seen when we started the Tears of St. Lucia. That's a shame. Well, no gambling allowed, apparently, in Bridgeport. Bestial mauling in Bexgate. A lame man was lately showing tricks with a bear over against Cornet Street near Willard's Gate. Though the creature, being hungry or ill-humored, showed his master such a trick it was likely to have cost him his life. His muzzle being somewhat loose, he bit him grievously by his stump hand, and with his paws tore his arm and face in a sad manner. Betwixt this occurrence and the previous, not a fortnight past, gentlemen of the city council call for stricter bylaws regarding the parading of wild animals in public. Arrow. Room occupancy. Room 1 unoccupied. Room 2 Baker, Esquire. Tea and crumpets in the morning. Cleaning service at 10 a.m. Will make his own dinner arrangements. Check out on 20th in the morning. Room 3 Suite. Lord Littleham plus wife. Only staying overnight. Will dine in pub tomorrow morning before heading east to Brooksdale. Godspeed. Do not disturb under any circumstances after sundown. Interesting. I don't think we're allowed in that room, which is where the innkeeper is. I'm thinking if I'm going to do a little mischief in the inn, then we should limit it to just one single person's room. This place is currently allowing undesirables such as us unfettered access through, well, paid access through that tunnel. And I don't want to... pardon the expression here. Poop where I eat.
There are those who are afraid of greatness.
It's a bit random to say all with your wife sleeping next to you. Or sleeping in the room next to kind of where you are. I can't think of a single time I've been sitting in my room reading a book and then uttered something like that.
What was that sound?
Okay, good. Getting very lucky with the timing of where the guards are located. Nice. 2 water arrows. Thief's note. Hey Merwin, this is where we'll store our plunder until we can go see Gilbert in Brooksdale and have it pawned, savvy? No loot in this box to pay Peter for your solar habit. Besides, boss wants us to hit the Harrington house in a couple of days, so you better be sober and have my back. After that job, you can get strung out for weeks on the spoils for all I care.
Sorry, boys. Think I might beat you to it.
Well, I think we'll let them keep some of their loot. Let's take the coins and that ring. We can always come back and take the things I'm leaving behind if we don't find enough in the Harrington house. Very dangerous, this. I don't think I would be brave enough to walk on a sloped, smooth, shingled rooftop like this. Thankfully, Corbin doesn't have any such reservations. Things that need doing. Check with Cornwell how much I can get for this dreadful statuette. Should be 20 bottles of wine at least. Need to renew stash of Mandrosla. Customers can't go long without it. Have Peter meet contact with this weekend. Pay off Jacobblade Jones, the slimy bastard. Dear Mother, I'm glad to hear that you are in good health, and I'm glad to hear that you are in good health. How are things over in Langmuir's ward? I hear parts have as much crime as Brooksdale. As a matter of fact, I am doing much better now and am 3 weeks sober. Is he? Your new self-portrait did arrive with your letter, and I must say, marvelous work. Your nose and chin do shine through so. My deepest thanks for the gold statuette. I shall keep you in my prayers. I wish you the very best and give my regards to Father. Your loving son, Paul. Her nose does indeed shine through. I don't really blame him for throwing away the picture, as awful as that seems to sound. Just because I myself get, well, not pictures of family, I suppose, but I get lots of gifts from family for Christmas, and I don't use it at all. It just ends up getting thrown away. And he's not sober, judging from all the alcohol bottles I see around. I think we'll help him. Perhaps stay sober. I can't tell where the guards are at the moment. Although it does feel like we've been playing for close to an hour, everyone, so I think I'm going to stop here. And we weren't detected, which is pretty amazing as well. So, but I also didn't take so many risks. In any case, we'll stop. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll continue with more Skulduggery 1 in the next episode. Take care, everyone.